So today we're going to be working on OEM factory fog lights slash driving lights for Jeep XJ. As you can see, that one looks very pitiful. It's been leaking. It works now because I had put a new bulb in it, but we were going to change it to one of the new ones I just got. This one is in good shape. There, if your Jeep XJ has a fog light button right here by the shifter, you see, then you have factory fog light option. Jeep, you may have 3, 2, or even 4. If you have 4, then you've got a rare one. This is for your rear defrost. This is for your rear windshield wiper and rear washer, and this is for your fog light. And if you had 4 of these in a row, there would be another one for an extended idle. The extended idle keeps the cooling fan on if you have a police package or some type of other fleet government issued vehicle. What we've got to replace them with are this TYC OEM part that I got, or OEM reproduction part that I got from Rock Auto. There is a left and a right version, and if you notice, the right version is for the passenger side, and the left is for the driver's side, and that's the one that we are working on right here. It is made in Taiwan, and there is your part number, and here is the packing before I remove it. These factory lights are glass, not plastic, glass lens anyway, and the housing is plastic, but the mounting point is metal. Now, one of the failure points on here is the sealant. So you see this has this gray sealant all the way around. RTV, you can see some there for waterproofing, and what happens is they get full of water and rust to pieces. You can take these 2 screws out and change the bulb. I've done that many times on that nasty looking one, but I cannot get it apart in order to clean the lens out. But now that I have a new one, I'm going to put the new one in and see if I can do that. And it just has your basic squeeze connector in order to get the plug on and off. All right, here is the view from underneath. As you can see, the lens is all messed up on this one. Here are the Torx bolts we have to remove. Let's see what size they are. So you want to remove these 2. This one is just so you can pivot and aim it. All right, let's see. Let's try a T40. Is that it? Oh, voila, perfect fit. So this is a T40. And before you completely remove the light, the pigtail for this, as you see, is pushed in a little hole. So if you wonder why your wire don't come out, it's because it is pushed into that little hole. So you want to go ahead and get your wire ready. And as you see, you just squeeze it and it should come right off. Like that. Now's a good time to clean up those. So once I get this final bolt out, it should just fall on out. Okay, I've got the 2 bolts out there, so let's gently move it backwards. There it is. All right, a little bit of comparison. There is, like I say, a left and right version of this. This new one is the left version, and you can see the goop coming out of this one. This looks like the original one. I don't see any stampings that say made anywhere on it, but it is definitely seen better days. And believe it or not, it works. It just keeps blowing bulbs out because water keeps getting in it, and it's not very bright. It's extremely dim. And this new one, as you can see, looks pretty darn good. So let's put this one in, test it, and then we'll kind of take apart this one and see what it looks like. And just a habit I got into a while back working on these old Jeeps. If I'm working with any electronic connector, I always clean it with contact cleaner. And any old bolt or nut, I always put anti-seize. It'll either help me out in the future or help the next person working on this old thing. Okay, let's get started. Okay, I've got my bolts ready with some anti-seize on it. And then I'm going to clean these connectors. And when you go to position this in, you see this little downturn tip right here? That goes in a hole right there. So when you position it, it goes over the bumper. And that little, let's see if I can get a better view. Okay, watch it go in that little hole. There you go. So that's where you want it. And then put your bolts in. And just put your bolts back in. And that's about it. Now when you plug this pigtail in, make sure you get that little Christmas tree fastener back in that hole right there. And I always put just a little dielectric grease for corrosion protection, just a little bit. And it should snap in, and then you should be able to fish it in to that little hole right there. Now you can see it's back in the little hole. So that's the install, but you still got to adjust it. So that's where this Torx comes into play. So that Torx comes into play. You can loosen that, and then the light will move up and down. Well, not up and down, it pivots, so you can set the angle. All right, let's see. I got my switch on over there. Pull the switch here. And I can already tell it is working. All right, we'll take a quick look at this old one. Oh, on a future video, subscribe and you'll see it. This is a $300 Toyota Corolla, and I will tell you what is wrong with it. It is $300. $300. Can I say that again? This was only $300. And I will tell you in an upcoming video on what was wrong with it. You want to take a guess in the comment? All right, so I'm going to show you what normally screws up on these. We're going to take these off right here. All right. If you pry this off, that is the problem. Look how nasty that is. The water intrusion, I just could never fight this. I would seal it and do everything I could, and it would just still hold water. So anyhow, and this one still worked, by the way. So I'm going to salvage that bulb. Well, I hope this helped. As you can see, this is a very easy repair. They're not expensive. They're about $30 a piece from Rock Auto. Just make sure if you're going to get a pair that you order a left one and a right one. It's a very cheap, easy fix for a Jeep XJ. And although by a small amount, it does increase your nighttime visibility. So y'all have a great weekend.